Welcome, Pisces, to your August 2022 reading. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel. If this is the first time you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click that subscribe button and ask your question in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Now, this month, and I did it last month, I am opening it up for everyone to ask a question as well. So if you do not want to subscribe, if you're already a subscriber, if you just popped in and you've seen my channel for the first time and you've got a question, just ask it below. You'll get a short answer, so it'll be a yes or a no, or it'll be a message that comes through when I shuffle my cards for you. But I'll shuffle my card for everyone who asks a question. If you subscribe, you will get that more in-depth mini reading, but for those of you who just want to ask the question, we'll do that as well. Just make sure you put new subscriber before your question. So I know that you are a new subby and you will get the mini reading. Now, let's get into your reading. Now, Pisces, you start out with the High Priestess. Now, just off the bat, as a side note, as I was meditating and shuffling, there could be a marriage here for some of you Pisces, or you might be deciding about getting married or being proposed to, just because you've got a hell of a lot of people here and you are no different to the majority of other signs this month. Other people have been significant in everyone's lives. Sorry, my squeaky chair there. Other people are really significant. I think except for one sign, everyone has been surrounded by people and having to have your priorities on other people. And Pisces, you are no different. So you've got a Taurus that's very significant. You've got a Scorpio. You've actually got the King, the Queen, and the Princess of Cups. Now, the Princess of Cups in this particular deck, this is the Druid Craft Tarot deck, if you're interested. And the Princess is what would traditionally be known as the Page. So you have a whole bunch of emotion going on here and a whole bunch of mental stresses and strains, Pisces. I feel like this has been going on for you for a while. But it is balanced out with this beautiful loving energy and emotion in all of these cups. But so yeah, you've definitely got a Cancer, a Scorpio, or even another Pisces. You've got Scorpio coming up in the Death card, but you've also got Scorpio here in the Queen of Cups. So a lot of other water babies around you, Pisces. But for some of you, there definitely could be a marriage here with one of these people, possibly a Scorpio, but definitely there is marriage coming up. Now, for a lot of you, there could be some burdensome energy over a marriage or a job even here. For some of you, if you aren't getting married, you're not interested in marriage isn't on the cards, but there could be some burdensome energy around this. You could be worrying, stressing about a wedding that's coming. But you're almost there. You're carrying this burden. The Ten of Wands talks about it getting as bad as it's pretty going to get. You know, as heavy as that load is going to get for you, you've reached that load and it's almost over. So if for some of you, you've been worrying about a wedding, a marriage, that worry and stress and strain will be over. But what the High Priest also talks about is traditional structures. So for a lot of you, work can be quite burdensome here. If you are working in the corporate world, things could have gotten pretty heavy and you might be carrying a heavy load there when it comes to work. But this is almost The High Priest is a very spiritual card, and you might be searching for a lot of inner meaning in your life. And just the fact that it's right above that Ten of Wands, you might be questioning the amount of work and the burden that you are carrying here in your life, and really assessing where you're at, where it is you want to go. And you might actually be calling an end to it here in August, just because you've got the Death card, and this talks about that release, that ending, that it's dead, done, over with kind of energy here. And yeah, I feel like, yeah, this is so connected with that Eight of Swords as well. I feel for a lot of you, there has been a lot of worry, a lot of stress, where you've been feeling stuck, you've been feeling trapped. Now, as I said, some of you, this could be a relationship or a marriage. Others, as I said, this could be your work. You'll have to take what resonates here. But just to jump back to that High Priestess, this is a card of routine, of tradition, of conformity. So there is this kind of humdrum kind of energy going on here. And for a lot of you, you're questioning whether you want to continue to do this. And you want to keep carrying this load. For others, you are going to break free of that, and you're going to go your own way here. So for some of you, you might actually be leaving your job, resigning and moving on. But others, it could be a particular situation in your life that you have been struggling with here. And as I said, this could be a marriage or thoughts, even a non-traditional kind of partnership this can refer to as well. One of those relationships where you are living together, you may as well be married, but you just haven't had the vows, so to speak. So there could be an ending here for you, for some of you here. But you've also got this message that comes through here, where I feel like you've got this desire for marriage on a really deep level here, some of you. And this, you might be releasing that desire as well. You might be sort of saying, nah, look, you've wanted it for so long, it's over with. I'm not even going to be worrying about that anymore. Yeah, and I feel like this card also sort of says, follow your passion and your intuition. And there might be other people around you that are quite wise, that are going to be giving you some counsel. So, listen to that as well. But that Death card, as I said, it really, it represents Scorpio, but what it says on a sorry, I've just lost the word. What it's actually saying, what message it actually is saying to you, is really it's time to clear away the old to make way for the new here. And this is just that first stage. The Death card is that first stage just before there's a transformation. And, it's a card, it's quite an intensely passionate card as well. And it's almost like you have to go through this death before you can get out of this Eight of Swords energy, which I am serious. I need to go back and have a look at your past readings, but I am sure, Pisces, you are continually getting this Eight of Swords. You are trapped in your own head here. Guys and girls, you need to let it go. And you know what? I think you are. I think August is where you are putting a stop to this self-imposed prison that you have placed yourself in. And if you feel like you are stuck here, Pisces, this month will be you realizing that there's a massive gap between those swords, realizing that you can really wriggle out of those ropes, and untie yourself from any predicament that you are in, and you can take the blindfold off and see clearly, see which direction you are going in here in August as well. So definitely an end to any kind of mental cages that you have been putting yourself in here, Pisces. But you've got the King of Cups energy. As I said, those three, King, Queen, and Princess of Cups, really lovely energy to help you through this. You know, there's the King of Cups is someone with a lot of integrity. Now, I would normally read this as a Cancer, but any water sign here for this King. But the King is someone that has a lot of integrity. You can really trust them. They're sincere, they're tolerant, they're compassionate. So I feel like you might be turning to some of these people for guidance, this person in particular for guidance. It's actually quite a, you might actually be immersing yourself into some sort of therapeutic activity here in August to help heal you, get you out of this mind space that you've been in, and be able to release some of the burdens that you've been carrying here as well, Pisces. And for some of you, you might actually be getting into more creative projects as well, things that feed your soul and help heal you on a more spiritual or artistic or creative kind of side to you. Because whenever we have kings, whenever we have any court card, if they don't represent a person in our life, they are really asking us to take on a lot of the energy of that sign. And I mean, look, Pisces, you are a water sign. You are showing up here in that Princess of Cups. So I feel like it's a very significant month. There's some deep changes going on here. You're quite comfortable in this emotional, watery energy. So I don't think, and I feel like you're going to be going within here and getting a lot of therapeutic guidance here. Now, the Queen of Cups, this is a beautiful energy as well. This is loving, maternal, intuitive. I feel like the message really is you need to nurture yourself in August, and you need to allow other people to nurture you too. And this can signify a mother figure in your life, someone who is really inspires love in you, and they stir the depth of your soul. Now, if this just because I'm saying a mother, it doesn't mean that this is a female. This is just the energy essentially that I'm talking about. Someone who is really inspiring, a therapist. They can really sort of help you get through a lot of this mental worry, stress, anxiety that you've been going through. And I feel like, this person's going to be significant in August as well. And even for some of you, I feel like you are going to be using a lot of your experience and knowledge that you've gained. You might be wanting to change career here and go into a field where you are able to counsel and heal other people just because of the things that you've gone through in your life. You've gained a lot of knowledge and experience here. Now this, again, I always say this is a general reading, so this might not resonate for you, but for some of you, this definitely is a path that you will be exploring. But there's a lot of loving messages coming through for you in August. Nice, happy messages as well. Sensitive messages and tender, and when that Princess of Cups comes into your reading, I feel like there's an opportunity here for you to follow your dreams, and whatever they may be, whether it is wanting to become a therapist and do some more study and get into that line of things, or you are beginning a project, but there's some really good news coming in here in August. And it's interesting that it's right beneath that Eight of Swords card. So you need to hear some good news, I think, Pisces. And you've got the Five of Swords here as well. It's next to the 5 and beneath the 8. So it's interesting the placement of that card. But there is a lot of good news coming in for you. And it's almost like for some of you, there could be a new relationship with one of these people that are here in your reading. This is often talks about love letters or messages, but for some, there could be some, disrupted communications or delayed journeys here, just because it is next to the Five of Swords. So, and this can also talk about a lot of confused or indecisive, someone who's confused or indecisive as well. Now, I would normally read this as a Pisces. So there could be another Pisces here that is a little bit confused or indecisive in your life, or it could be you. You are in a situation in your life where you aren't able to make a choice or know which direction to go in. But being next to that Five of Swords, I feel like the 5 is saying there is a bit of a battle here, and you will win, Pisces, but make sure that you really question whether the fight is worth it, essentially. Yeah, I feel like for this burden that you've been carrying, the 10 of Wands, this burden that you've been carrying, it talks about being right next to the Five of Swords. It really does say that sometimes things need to get worse in order to get better. And I feel like this has been happening in your life, and this is coming to an end. As I said, it's the Five of Swords is right beneath the Death card. There is an ending here that is going to be a relief. Like I said, it's going to allow you to move on to wonderful things. But the Five of Swords is just that energy of conflict. But often it asks, you will win the battle if you get into a fight with someone, but is it actually worth the battle? That's what this card often does say. But definitely this is coming to an end, and you're getting some wonderful, great news that it's going to help you do exactly what your final oracle card says there and emerge into grace. And this is the affirmation, sorry, I couldn't get the words out. The affirmation for this particular card is, I open my soul to grace. And the meaning of this card is, all is well. You can relax and let go. Your path is divinely guided. Gifts from the Creator are pouring into your life. Gratitude abounds. A spirit of grace is softly unfolding in your life. The universe wants you to know, in the stillness of retreat, the gifts of spirit will emerge at your feet. In gratitude and thankfulness, an opening into the deepest spiritual realms is occurring. Simply be ready and be open as waves of sacred love pour into your heart. Grace is growing within you so that more and more you serve as a safe sanctuary for others. Wow, Pisces, that card is so connected to the King, Queen, and Princess of Cups. This, as it says, you are emerging into this wave of sacred love that is pouring over you. That the cups are all about that love and emotion, and so you are really healing. This is quite healing energy here, and I feel that as I was kind of saying about this, therapy, what you've learnt through all this hard stuff that you are going through, you are actually going to be that sanctuary for other people as well. Whether it's in August or certainly in the future, but there's definitely this beautiful, emotional, loving energy that is going to help heal a lot of this spiky energy of that Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords. Well, I'll leave it there, Pisces. Don't forget, take me up on that offer of the free mini reading. Just make sure you put new subscriber before you do. And for everyone else, if you just want to ask a question, do that. I will get back to you as soon as I can. So have a great month, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.